everyone, back to our kitchen items, and we are on our centre row now, and we have this sort of kettle design. We've got a leaf. Now I'm not sure whether this is a bottle of something with leaves floating in it or whether it's a bottle with a leaf design. I think the second is probably more likely, so we'll do it like that. I thought we might do some pinks. We haven't done a lot of pinks. We did our cherries on the one above here, but we haven't done a lot of pale pinks, so let's do something like that to start with. So I think the kettle, I was thinking I could do it a pale pink colour. I'm actually going to grab the azalea pink, which is a very pale compared to other pinks anyway, and do that for the base of the kettle, and then do the florals in a slightly darker pink. So here we go, azalea pink. This is almost a sort of pastel-y pink, but I'm just going to do a layer of pink all over without worrying about shade or shadow. Now we've got some dots here, I'm going to colour over those, and I'll probably do them in the darker colour that I'm going to use for the flowers once I get around to that bit, if I remember. Knowing me, I might just forget. I hope everyone's good today, and I've got plenty planned. I always find if I get up in the morning and I plan my day, I achieve a lot more. And I know we shouldn't always be striving to achieve, you know, sometimes it's nice to just chill. I do like to know that I've done something with my day, even if it is meditation, colouring, relaxation, things like that. I feel that we need to plan even those self-care things into our day. Today I haven't planned those things though. Today I have planned videos to make and a walk and things like that. So this is my first layer. I want it darker in certain places. I'm not sure whether this pencil itself is going to be able to provide me with a dark enough layer, but I'm going to layer up here, for example. It might work. I'm just going to give it a try, and if I feel it needs to be a little bit darker, I'll grab a darker pink, but I'm just going to give it a go. I've not used this pink before, so I'm not sure how it's going to react. So yes, today I had planned on making at least 6 videos. This is my 5th. I don't normally make this many videos in the day, and I often run out of steam before I make this many, but today I haven't. I'm feeling, I don't like to make videos when I'm not in the mood for them, because I feel like you can feel that through the screen. If I did that, you would know that I didn't have the same sort of enthusiasm for what I'm doing. But I have been taking little breaks. I find it helps because I sort of run out of things to say. So if I go off and do something, which I just went off and read the news, which is probably not the best thing to do, but hey, I was being a bit nosy about a certain story that's been running today, see what's going on. I also wanted to check on the tennis results, so I did that. So it wasn't too negative. I am going to grab a slightly darker pink. I feel like I want a little more contrast. I think the Opera Rose could be a good choice. Just finding it. Now I have used this one before, not the one from this set though. Well, I've used them all because I swatched them, but some of them that's the only thing I've done. So here is the Opera Rose, and I'm just going to go over some of the areas to make them look a little bit darker. Like that. Yes, so I was looking at the tennis and stuff. And also checking to make sure my son hadn't messaged me again. Make sure he's doing okay. I need to message my other son soon. He'll be out of his exam soon, so I need to message him, make sure he's okay. I also need to grab some lunch and go for a walk. So those are the things I've sort of got planned for today. I need to start doing some more yoga as well, but that's not quite yet. I want to increase my exercise, but I don't want to put pressure on myself to do more than I can cope with. So at the moment I'm just trying to get myself into the habit of doing a walk every day, or sort of 6 times a week, I think. I'm going to use the jaipur pink for the flowers. It's a really bright pink, but I feel it's in the same sort of tone as the one we've used for the kettle, so I think it will work together with it. Yes, so I want to get back to doing yoga. I'm trying to make them a little bit darker towards the centre of the flower. I don't know why I'm doing that, because it would be printed on, but that's just how I've started. So I think if I can get back into the habit of walking first, and actually it'll be much easier once the children have finished college, because in fact both of them need to walk more. They need to build up their stamina and their muscles, because they haven't been walking very much for the last 2 years, all doing PE, because they don't do PE at sixth form college. So they basically just walk to the bus stop and that's it. So when they go to university, although they won't be doing PE, I'm going to do the centre one this colour too. Although they won't be doing PE, they'll be walking a little more. Leaves. I don't want anything too dark. I think I'm going to go for leaf green middle. It's quite a bright, positive, jolly colour, and I think it will work. Let's hope so anyway. So yes, they need to get used to walking. I think the hardest thing will be, I would find, is walking back at the end of the day from the bus stop in town. It's about a 20-minute, maybe 15-20 minute walk. Occasionally they have to do it if they miss their bus, but I think that's going to be quite tricky. I think that's rather pretty. It's quite bright. It's almost slightly neon-y, but I think it's quite pretty. Okay, let's do this piece here. I think is going to be metal. So I'm going to grab my Cool Grey Deep, give it a sharpen, and try to make it look like shiny stainless steel. So yeah, we're going to have a walk each day. We're going to probably go at about 9:15 in the morning before it gets too hot. That's about the time my husband leaves for work, so it means we get to see him before he goes, go off for a walk, and we might go into town, but we'll probably be more likely to go along the canal path, something like that. Now, our leafy bottle, what I'm thinking is maybe a pale green bottle with darker green leaf design. The only thing is, I've just noticed that you can see the cork through there, so that means it's glass, so that means it's see-through. I'm thinking, so it's with a kettle. So is it tea leaves? Tea leaves don't look like that. Is it a bottle of milk? No. The only thing I can think of is like olive oil with like basil leaves in. But it doesn't feel like that goes with the kettle. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's all I can think of. Now, olive oil colour, I'm going to go for the lemon yellow to start with. And then we'll add a bit of green. So lemon yellow. I'm going to try and avoid colouring on top of the leaves, but now the oil is going to go right up to the top of the bottle because we've got no line to show that it doesn't. And if it doesn't look like olive oil, I'm not that worried, as long as it looks nice. So I am colouring a bit over the leaves by mistake. Maybe I should have coloured them first. A bit late now. Now I feel that's a bit too yellowy, which I knew it would be. So I need to add a little bit of green. Now what sort of green? I'm thinking maybe the cadmium green pale. That's what I'm going to try. It's a sort of olivey green, I think. We'll try it. Really light. I don't want too much. Just a bit. Just a sort of slightly. I was going to say greenify. I'm making up words now. How are we doing for time? I'm getting hungry. That's why I'm checking the time. But I'm going to get some lunch soon-ish. It's 20 to 12. Probably eat a bit early and then pop out. I think I'm going to put another layer of yellow on top of that. So back to our lemon. And then I'm thinking for the leaf colour, I might actually use the cadmium green pale that I was using. I think then it'll sort of match in. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you would guess what it was, but does it matter? I don't think so. So cadmium green pale for our leaves. I think it just works. And we'd put some shine on this bottle. I don't know if it will really show up because it's pale, but I think it needs it because my idea is that it's a see-through glass bottle. This bit might help us to give that illusion as well. Let's do our cork first. We don't really have a cork colour. I think raw umber is going to be the closest. Oops. I'm really just going to put down a really light layer like that, and then I'm going to go over the top of it in the Davy's grey because it's a slightly brownish grey. I think it might just work. I don't really know. Cork is quite a light colour, really. Now I'm thinking, would we see a bit through the glass here? I'm going to actually go back to the raw umber and go over that. I want it to be a bit lighter because we're looking through a thickish bit of glass there through the... There we go. Now I was thinking of putting a bit of grey on the glass there to make it look more glassy, but because we've drawn the cork on there, I'm not sure it's going to work. I think I'm just going to leave it. Now we have a little cloth here. I don't want to stray too far away from the colours that we've used. I don't really want to do it yellow though. So I'm thinking, could do it greens. Could do some different greens. Let's do that. So let's grab the oxide of chrome first. It's sort of this tone of green. And I think I'm going to do the darker stripes in this. I'm also trying to think about what colour to do the shelf. We might use the cork colours, actually, that might work. So I'm just doing straight colouring at the minute because I'm going to use a different colour to put some shadows in after. My stomach's rumbling. Now I want a lighter green that's more like this one. What did we use? We used leaf green middle. What have we got? Oh yeah, I think leaf green will go nicely. I think it'll bring the two together. I'll just sharpen it because it's that little bit deeper. And but it will, yeah, similar to both. Never seen a striped tea towel. I don't know if that's what it is though. I don't know why there are bits of cloth on the shelves. But anyway, I think I'm going to do the shelf now, and I'm going to start with the Davy's grey. And then grab that raw umber and put it over the top. And this will be a bit darker than the cork, which is what I want. I don't want it to look like it looks a bit too much like the cork at the moment. I'm actually going to put another layer on. So that, there we go. Now I want to add some shadow. I'm not sure if the Davy's grey is going to be dark enough. I don't think it will be. I'll use the Cool Grey Deep actually. That will be dark enough for some shadows. And I'm going to do a little bit along the edge of here, where it would create a little bit of shadow on the bottle. It should help it to look a little bit more forward, hopefully. I don't think you can see that bit very much. Now within our kettle, I think there might be a bit of shadow here. And under here, actually, under the lid. Maybe under there too. And then also in our cloth, I'm thinking the shadow is going to come here where it's sort of crinkled. And also, of course, under the objects. Yeah, so now we need to do some white. I think I need quite a big patch of white so that it shows up. So I'm going to put a line down here. Come out a bit and curve it like that. So we've got quite a big chunk of white and a big-ish bit here. And then here too. Like that. I think that's all the white I want to do. I think if I put any shine on our kettle, it will take from the shine on the bottle, which is quite subtle because of the fact that it's so pale. So I think we'll just leave it there. So there is our kettle. I'd love a pink kettle like that. I'm not really always a pinky person, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it? With 3 boys in the house to have a pink kettle. I don't think I'd be allowed. But anyway, and husband wouldn't mind, but children, no. Anyway, that's that one. I'm going to go off and get some early lunch, I think, and pop out for a walk. And then I might come back and do another few pictures. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have a super day and happy colouring.